Okay, hi there. We're going to take a look at the expanded version of the That's the Ticket template. I say expanded version because we put this template out just as a single size last year, and we have expanded it to include several different template formats, and we've changed it up just a little bit as well. I want to go over this really good because there's a lot to it, but there's honestly not a lot that you have to change. But there are options to go ahead and do that, namely the tickets in the background. So we're going to go ahead and start with the very last layer here, and that's just a dark layer, right? And to be quite honest, I don't even think you can see that. Okay, you can see it if you take off this jersey layer. Let me show you what that jersey layer looks like. Okay, looks something like that. Okay, all right. So the jersey can be adjusted in terms of brightness. You can brighten it up just a little bit, or all the way if you want to. Yeah, it's just something to kind of fill in the gaps there in the back. Um, and now there's a lot of tickets in the back, and each one of them are individual tickets. Not every single one of them are editable. However, we did make some that were some of the more important ones that you're going to see on there. So let's go over those real quick. I know it's going to look like a lot, and it is, but um, honestly, you don't really even need to touch this layer. So let me go ahead and turn that layer off real quick. Okay, that's just you're just going to lose all those tickets in the back there. Those are pretty much all uneditable tickets. They're meant to be just kind of blended into the background. But then we also have that ticket you can edit. We got another ticket there you can edit. That one's hidden for right now. The senior class one, which is right here. Okay, that one's going to be editable. Okay, the games today ticket up here. All right, that one's also going to be editable. And then let's see here. Okay, that should be it as far as the editable ones. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the tickets in the background. I did my best, and it was like labor intensive to label them all as far as where they're at. Um, they may vary a little bit from template to template because when I flipped it on its side, I had to rename them all again. But this just gives you kind of an idea of where those templates are. So you got this one upper left. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple of these. They're all pretty much the same. This one down here, ticket top row right, admit one. Okay, that's going to be right up here. So that's basically how those background tickets look. I like to keep them in the same spot. There's really no reason to move them. You also have this hue and saturation layer. Let's see, what does that do here? That doesn't do much. I think I have another one here. Okay, this one here. All right, that's going to give you a little less contrast. Okay, and there, if you turn it on or turn it off, then you'll have a nice bright background. So that's going to be up to you. Okay, so all these tickets, again, we're going to lose that layer just to kind of show you where all those tickets are at. Okay, so you can see that the tickets and the baseballs and bats and everything are separate. So let's go into this ticket right here. What do we have? Okay, we got a spot to put your team logo. I'm going to zoom in on that real quick. Okay. All right, spot to put your team logo. Hold on. Okay. And then the word admit one. Okay, give my computer a second here to actually come out of its nap. All right, so you got the two admit ones. You got the one on the top and one on the bottom. Okay, you got the word today and you got the word games. Okay. Yeah, the computer's wanting to run a little funky right now. But each one of these elements um, are editable. Okay. And what do we got there? All right. So you just have to play with that one a little bit to kind of get it to where you want. Basically, there, what you're going to do is you're just going to replace it with the logo. That's pretty much the easiest thing to do. So let's go into the senior class ticket. Okay, which is going to be over here. Oop. Okay, senior class ticket is right over here. All right, and we've got the date, the word class, the word senior. We've actually got color over the top of it too. See, let's say if you wanted to change it to like a red ticket, okay, you could. Okay, we're gonna go up there with it. You just kind of have to adjust accordingly, okay? And then it's got a blending mode of multiply. You can change that to overlay, give it a little bit of a brighter look to it. And then you got the actual ticket yourself, okay? It's basically a blank ticket with a baseball or softball in the middle of it. And then we're gonna go into the games today ticket, which is gonna be this one right up here. Let me pull that down some. The games today ticket basically has, I honestly don't know where that date is right there. Yeah, I don't know where that is. Anyway, the games today ticket. Okay, so that one is not editable. Okay, I'm sorry, that's not editable. That's pretty much going to stay the way it is. Okay. All right. That is the nature of doing something this busy. You can very easily lose track of what's involved in each layer. So, okay, so now that we've taken a look at the tickets, we're going to look at the bats and balls, and they are all right here. They're all separate. And if we open that up, we got 4 bases down there at the bottom that you just saw, 3 home plates, which are going to be right up here. Okay. Again, this stuff, it looks like it's busy, but you don't really even need to move any of this stuff around. You have the baseballs that can be used for baseballs or softballs. If you want them to look like a softball, just turn on the yellow. All right. If you want to get rid of the red laces, let me zoom in on that real quick. Okay, so they got red laces. Some softballs have red laces, so you can actually keep them. If you want to get rid of the red laces, just simply click the hue and saturation layer. Okay, so make them look a little bit more like softballs. All right. Okay. Okay, so then you got the bats. Now it's up to you. They are wooden bats. I like them because it's more of an older look. You can do whatever you want to them. You can make them. You can desaturate them more for softball. That's completely up to you. I like to leave them because it just kind of gives an authentic, older, more nostalgic look to it. So that's pretty much how that looks. We'll turn that off again. Okay, and you see the spots that you got left over for them. Okay, turn them back on. Okay, so we can move away from that background. We got the center diamond jersey group, which is going to be this one here. Okay. Now everything's got kind of a muted look to it, which is on purpose because we're going for the older look, a little bit more nostalgic look. So I believe we have a layer that handles all the saturation somewhere in here. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is the layer. It's actually a levels mask, right, that you can adjust to, let's see where it's at. Let me adjust that real quick. Okay, down here. No. All right. I'm going to skip that for a minute. Okay, so the center I want to keep this going in order here, not get ahead of myself. So we got the center diamond border. Okay, so that is a glove, kind of the stitching on a glove, right? For that border there, we've got the middle part with the jersey, and that's got 2 strokes on it. You can see the darker and lighter stroke, and it also has an inner shadow. Okay, we'll take a look at that inner shadow. Okay, give it a little bit of depth, and then it's got the 2 strokes on there as well. You can also change the color. You want to change it to blue, lighter blue, whatever you want. Okay, you got the black laces, kind of the glove laces on either side. So that is going to be that center group. Okay. You can turn it off and on if you want to as well. Okay. The thin paper tears, you can kind of see them up here, and then down here. If you want to get rid of them and you don't want them to be in the image, you can just turn them off. If you want to add another one, you can just duplicate one of these layers, right? Just duplicate it and move it around if you want. That's up to you. I like it because, again, it gives it more of an older look. Again, you can turn the levels mask off here. And let's go ahead and, okay, we can adjust the levels from here. For some reason it wasn't opening up before. So that's just a matter of dragging the levels here a little bit more and just adjusting it to where you like it. If you want it to be more muted, you can do that as well. So, all right, or you can actually turn it off. I think that's a little bit bright and a little bit busy, so I like to leave that on. Okay, so there is a color fill over the entire background. You can turn that off. Okay, it's kind of subtle, but I think it kind of adds to it. You can change it to any color you want, obviously, to match your color scheme a little bit better. Okay, what I would probably do is drop that beneath. So if we want to do something like red, I would drop that beneath the center diamond. Okay. But chances are you're probably going to leave that that color just because it really kind of enhances the older look of the tickets. Okay, the player is going to go here. All right, and the jersey panel and baseball seams at the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that off. All right, that's going to have the jersey look, and it's going to have the seams at the bottom. Pretty basic, pretty simple. Turn it off and on if you want to. Okay, and it's got a clipping mask over it. You can change the colors on that. And we're going to go to, if you want to go with red, go with a brighter red, you could do that as well. Okay. I like to keep everything muted on this simply because we're going for an old nostalgic look. So the stitch strip is going to be behind here. Okay, you can turn that off and on. It's also got a stroke on it. You can change the colors on. The ticket panel under the name is going to have, let's see here. Ticket under the name, again, you can change the color. Go with the bright red. You can change the blending mode on it as well. Just play with it as you want to get it to look just like you want it to. And then you've got the stitching on either side, this X stitching. Okay. All right. Of course, you got player name and it has all your effects here. 2 strokes, drop shadow, bevel emboss. Okay. Pretty simple home plate with bats underneath the logo, which is right here. It's got the home plate, got the logo, and finally the team name down at the bottom. Okay. And like I always do, and you'll be able to see this in a second here. I like to put a slight light blue overlay over everything, and the reason why I do that is it ties in all the hues of the blacks and the whites and the grays. They all kind of become the same hue. Sometimes when you're putting multiple images together, what can happen is the blacks and the whites and the grays tend to have different hues. So this kind of blends them all together. I'm going to show you here in a second how that looks. It's not too bad in this one. They all seem to be the same. And you can turn it off and on if you want to, but I like it adds that little bit of blue to everything and it kind of ties it all in. So that is basically the individual one, and we're going to take a look at the team one here in a minute. I believe in this one you'll have 3 different sizes. You'll have individual 1x2, 3x5, and 4x5. So they're all basically the same. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team one. Okay, we've got the team one open here, and we're going to go ahead and take a look. Everything is basically the same in terms of the tickets in the back that we just went over before. They are just moved around, and I believe I went through and renamed them all. So ticket admit 1, ticket torn left. Let's see where that one's at. Okay, so that's this one here. So those are all pretty much labeled in terms of where they're at. So you basically, upper right is going to be way over here, upper left is going to be way over here. Tickets in this layer are not editable. Okay. And the games today one, I don't believe that's editable either. So that's pretty much going to stay the same. But you do have, again, the option, like on the previous one, to edit, let's see, the senior class one, which is going to be over here. Okay, that's editable. And then this one over here is editable as well. You can also move that based upon your players. Paper tears are in there as well. Senior class ticket. Let's see, I think I've got 2 of those in there. Let's see. Okay, so I got 1. Yeah, there's 2 of them in there. You can use that one if you want to. There's so many tickets out there. I think I left that one in there on accident, but you can have it. And then editable. Okay, that one's editable. Okay. I actually designed this template a while ago, so it's not fresh in my mind where everything is at. So, okay, so we're gonna go up here. We got the adjustment level where you can adjust the levels like we did before on the other one. Everything here is basically the same. The only real difference is you've got your team name in the background, okay? And that team name's got an arch to it, okay? And if you don't know how to arch, so let's go into text. I'm gonna select that and you can arch it. You can keep it arched or you can go and lose the arch completely. Okay. All right, and then just move that as you need to. Okay. So we're gonna go back, put the arch back in. Nope. Okay. So now you can lower that too if you want to. Okay. Let's see, the 3 different gradient fills behind them. I basically just kind of darken that up a little bit, kind of give it a little bit more of a shadow to make them stand out a little bit. A team I used apparently did not ever wash their pants, so I apologize for the grungy looking baseball uniforms here. Let's see here. Okay, so this here is going to be the baseball tear. It's going to be right here in the middle. Okay, it's the next layer. Oh, okay, you can take it out or put it back in. I like it. You got the baseball in the center. Okay, you've also got a softball that can go there. Let's see here, and that is a group. So, so if you get rid of that, you can if you want to. Team picture goes there. And we got the glove strip down here at the bottom as we start working our way down to the bottom. The jersey texture at the bottom. And that's center diamond. Again, just like the other one, it's the same center diamond as it was on the individual one. So you can go ahead and edit the colors in it as well. Okay, and you can take the strokes off or do whatever you want to it. The corner baseball gloves right here at the corner. Okay, that's these here. All right, the long gray strip under the names. Okay, team roster, team logo, and then we have that. See the difference? It really ties in all the dark colors, the darks and the whites and the grays. But you can leave it off if you want, particularly if you got a lot of color. Okay. This team is really muted in terms of their colors, which is really difficult to work with, so it actually works pretty good for them. So, okay, there's a couple more I want to take a look at. Let me go grab them real quick. All right. So, pretty much exactly the same as the other one. You're going to create this team picture, right? And let's go ahead and see where that one is at. Okay. So this is your team picture, and I just drop it right over the top there. That's all you got to do. and you can resize it as you need to. Okay, everything else, all the background images and everything are the same. You can move them around if you want to, and player is up here. Okay, you got the player name. Okay, team name, and everything else is exactly the same as the other ones. So that is the memory mate, short and sweet. Okay, the yard sign. Background, all the same up until you get into, let's see here. Yeah, pretty much exactly the same, really up until you get into, we're going to start at the top. The player name goes right over the top, okay, near the top layer. Again, you can turn off the blue, right? I kind of like it. Top paper strip, that's something that's new, okay? You got this up here, right? All this up here, you can just edit that as you need to. The center diamond group is the same as the other ones. Let's see here. This is okay. This is a little bit different. You got the scorebook tear. It says scoreboard. Should be named scorebook. You have that right there. You can turn that off and on if you want to. You got the corner baseball gloves, and all the graphics down at the bottom are all exactly the same as they are on the other ones. You do have baseball seams in there as well. Let's go ahead and find that here real quick. Where are those baseball seams at? You got the baseball up here as well, and the softball. Baseball seams. Right here. Okay. So you got the baseball seams, and I believe those are just desaturated. So you can make them red if you want. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. That one is pretty basic. Honestly, what I would do, what I like to do on most of my yard sign designs when I'm adding the names to them, is I like to just rasterize the entire or hide the player name. So like this, right? All this is going to be static if you're doing um, multiple yard signs. All that's going to be static. Save that as a JPEG, open it up, and then drop the name over the top of that. It's just so much easier. Saves file space and all that. So rather than having to remake this one all over again. So we're going to go ahead and turn that name back on, and we're going to look at, I think, one more. Okay, we've got the game day graphic. It is a 1x1 and pretty much all the same. Okay, we got the player in the middle. Right now, you don't have to use a player. You can actually take the all the information here, the game day info, right, if you want to, and you can drop it right in the middle if you want. Okay, but I've got that over here right now. So pretty simple, pretty basic. If you want to add that information, all that information is going to go in the game day information layer. You got the player. Okay, you can add the corner baseball baseball gloves. And got the, okay, let's turn that off here real quick. Behind him, you got the baseball and softball tears with the tear in the middle. You got baseball seams you can add. I left some of these images, some of the layers turned off. That way, if you want to turn them back on and use them, you can. So let's see, material graphics at the bottom, all that information. Pretty much the same. You got the title in the background, the game day title. And I would say, honestly, if you're going to put a player there, then turn off this layer, right? See behind his head? Okay, maybe turn that off. Or if you want to, you can move it. You can do it on either side too. Or you can do it, two of them, one here and one here. Completely up to you. You can move it around. It doesn't matter. So, and again, all these tickets in the background, the editable ones, right? You got that one there. Edit the logo. And the thing is too, if you want to create your own tickets and put them in there and do whatever you want, fine by me. So that should be everything. Hopefully the audio works on this because the speakers on my computer today were not working, and I'm doing this hoping that my audio actually works. So um, let me know how you like the template. Thanks for purchasing, and keep looking through our website. We got a bunch of other templates, some brand new ones that we got. We got some template bundles. And if you got any questions, just go ahead and contact me from the website. Thanks a bunch.